Good morning, yogis. Welcome to Friday morning. Have you been waiting a week for it to become Friday? And now it's finally arrived, and yet another gloriously beautiful day in our perfect little piece of paradise that is Bargara. I'm going to throw off the old slippers because it is time to come onto your mat to get moving and flowing. Today's practice is based on the reflection that I had of one of the reasons that I really came to love yoga in the first place. Yoga to me is a dance, and I love to dance my entire life. It's said that if you don't know what you like to do with fun, if you look back to what you did when you were a child, about 10, often the same things that we enjoyed then are the things that we enjoyed now. So if you were like me and you used to love to just dance and get moving with music, yoga is the same rhythmic flow, that same movement, that same expansion of consciousness from the mind into the physical body. So today we will dance, except the music will be the rhythm of our own breath. The rise and the fall. And that's all we'll start. We'll start practice just watching the uprising of breath as it comes in to fill the body, the expansion and the openness, and the exhale, that whispering sound as everything draws back in. That flowing of breath, like the flowing of the limbs that we sometimes find when we dance through the Vipassana sequence. So we'll start in any comfortable seat. You might want to prop up the hips a little bit. I always like to let the shoulders fall into the back and spend a little moment connecting sit bones to earth, so I can bring the spine into its long length, just gently drawing all the way up and gathering energy from the seat, letting it rise up the spine into the crown of the head, with the chin parallel to the earth, the elbows, just encouraging an openness in the chest and a reach back to the shoulder blades. The eyes close and begin to notice the breath as it fills the body. Inhale, and the breath as it leaves the body. Exhale. Each breath a little deeper as you warm the lungs up with that crisp new air of the day. Deep breath in. Can you hear the soha of the breath, or the soham, the mantra? It accompanies each cycle of breath. The so as you inhale, drawing the breath down deep into the base of the lungs. The ha, hum, like a gentle sigh as you let all the breath move out. It's said that these sounds represent I am. Maybe in these moments as you connect to the breath as mantra, you want to set an intention for your practice. I am, and you can fill in whatever it is that you would like to embody in your movement today. Breath in, breath out. 4 more. Feel everything soften as you exhale. Feel the moment. Just gently draw into your skin as you feel that melting of mind and body into one. Beautiful. Now when you're ready, we'll let the eyes open and we'll begin this dance. Bring the hands to meet at the heart center. And as you draw them up, feel the lifting of the sternum, and then continue as you reach the hands to the head to open up across the chest. Hands up and out. Beautiful expansion of air into the lungs. And then as you exhale, bring the hands all the way back down to space just below the navel, maybe even where that sacral chakra would be, and then slowly begin to lift up. Rise with the breath, grow tall, and then let the hands cascade down to the side as you exhale. Keep flowing with breath. Inhale. How far can you reach down? And then engage the core as you lift up. Try not to stress the neck though. All the way up. And exhale, hands reach How much space can you fit between the arms? Hands come together. Inhale to rise. Big breath in. Big breath out as the hands brush fingers through the air. One more. Inhale, lift. Nice and tall. Stay up here. Just allow a little side to side sway to begin to rock you. Bring that awareness into which sit bone more of the weight is placed into. Nice and slow. Side to side. Over to the right. Over to the left. Beautiful. Come all the way back to center. Let the right hand glide in front of the left and take eagle arms if that's available to you. From here, lift on up onto the knees and we'll take toes pose. And we'll move the yoga mat with our knees. Tuck the toes and sit back to open up the feet. At the same time, you're going to engage your core. So find a little reach of the glutes down to the floor, a little lift of the navel to the spine. Let the hands begin to reach up. Feel the shoulder blades stretch across the back. Get the chin parallel. And the pose is in the elevation of those elbows. So we are working hard here as we open up the shoulders. At the same time, you'll feel that sensation growing in your feet. We're going to stay with it. Plant those 10 toes into the earth and spread them as much as you can. Notice if you're dumping down into the heels and keep that sense of lifting and growing. A little static moment of pause. Beautiful. Then we'll inhale and lift up. Let the hands go all the way out. And now opposite arm on top, so left hand over right. We'll sit back, we'll untuck the toes, and we'll let the weight rest back onto the toes and lift the knees if that's available. Same thing, chin parallel to the earth, turn the thumbs towards the nose so you get the deepest stretch. Lift the elbows up, a little bit harder here. Can you notice the difference as you brace the core in this second fashion? Just breathe, balancing on those feet if that's available to you. Come back to that mantra of breath, the so and the ha. I'm just going to open up those shoulders, begin to wake up that core before we come into some more of the flowing movements of our practice. It's a nice way to start. 3. Keep bracing to that core. 2. Wake up that body, let the awareness flow into every cell of the physical form. Let it come down. Shake it out. Come onto all fours. Shake out the arms and the legs. Maybe shake out the wrists for a little moment. Spread your fingers nice and wide and find your downward facing dog. Alright, hopefully those shoulders feel nice and prepared. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. Take a little dance on the toes. Draw the tailbone high. You might want to take some little frog dogs here. So bend your knees like a frog and then straighten them up and reach the sit bones high. Keep pressing the fingertips into the floor. Imagine that you are pulling the mat apart as you screw those hands down into the earth to keep you stable through the shoulder joints. Bend into the knees. Bring it back up. Slide the heels to the floor. 2 more times. Bend. You might want to look forward. Exhale, reach back. 1 more time. Bend, look forward. Inhale, reach back. Wag the tail of your dog. Good morning, legs. Good morning, body. Step the left foot to the middle of the mat. You're getting nice and warm this morning, nice and quick. Right leg is going to lift up nice and high. 3-legged downward facing dog. As you exhale, we're going to tuck it behind. So the right foot's going to wrap around that left heel. You're going to squat it down. Spring up, reach tall, and then knee to the nose. Curl it in. Inhale, kick it back. Reach it up. Exhale, drop it down. Tuck behind. Inhale, spring. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up, reaching, and then tuck the toes and drop it down. A little bit of stretch out for that tendon, the Achilles heel. Knee to nose, step it forward this time, low lunge. Drop the back knee, keep the legs train track distance apart, or the length of the openness of the hips. Let the hand reach up nice and tall, and then are you prepared to move with the breath? So we're going to engage the core. At the inhale, reaches all the way up and we begin to dance. We flip the left palm, right hand's going to come down, left hand's going to lift up. So we're going to lunge dance. Inhale, come forward and bring the hand all the way down to the floor. Transition with breath. Inhale to float up. Think of dancing, embody grace. Maybe let the gaze come up towards the thumb. And exhale, slowly windmill as you spiral hands to meet the floor. One more time. Inhale, lift, open, reach. And exhale, swing down, hands to the floor. Let's prepare for a little vinyasa. Step it back, high plank pose. Spend a moment here and just make sure that you're lifting up. Hello, little mosquito. Lifting up and bracing through the core. And then maybe knees down as we find chaturanga. Keep the elbows in nice and close as you lower yourself to the floor. Belly and chest meet at the same time. Back, elevate the heart. Free the neck here. Maybe take a few circles out to the neck. Keep squeezing those elbows to the side waist. Good morning back. And then bring yourself all the way down. Inhale to push from the earth. Bring the hips back to kiss the heels. Beautiful child's pose. A moment or two to catch your breath. I don't usually kick you into it quite so early, but this morning we have much dancing to do. As you inhale, we'll slide forward, tuck the toes, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Beautiful. Little pedal out, feet hip distance. Wow, I've got many mozzies meeting me this morning. Hello, mozzies. Do a little mozzie dance. Other side, other side. I'm going to keep kicking that leg up. Right foot to the center of the mat. Lift up nice and high. As you exhale, bring the foot behind. Sorry, I'm being distracted. Inhale up nice and high. Exhale, knee to nose. Authentic conditions for outdoor yoga. Inhale, kick it all the way up. Exhale, little tuck, stretch into the back of the ankle. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, knee to nose. Keep screwing those hands into the earth. Lift the knuckles as fingertips plug down. Lifting up, pressing out. Activate the shoulders. Touch it down and drop. Inhale to float the leg up nice and high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it forward. Plant it near the thumb. Right knee drops down. Beautiful. Start with that little twist. Let the heart lift. Can the navel reach above the thigh? Expand across the length of your arms and we prepare to dance. Inhale to lift all the way up. Find that T shape. As you exhale, hand reaches back. Find the heel strike of the front foot to keep you balanced. Float. Inhale to level. Exhale to drop it down. Let the hand come up. I know I'm facing sideways here. Inhale, lift up, reach tall, find your balance, and then flip the palm, revered warrior, as you dance with breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, find the earth. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, float. Flip the palm, reach up and over. Lift and return. Bring the hand all the way down, spiral and spin. Let's find our high plank pose. Beautiful. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Plug the fingertips into the floor. Lengthen out the spine, navel in. 3, 2, 1. Knees kiss the floor. Elbows hug the side waist. Lower yourself, lower yourself, lower yourself until you meet the earth. Strike this time. Come up onto the pads of the fingers, elbows wide to the sky. As roll up, lift the chest. As you exhale, touch right ear, right shoulder to the floor, look to the left. Big stretch into the shoulder head. Inhale, energize and lift the upper body. Exhale, dance your way down. Second side, left ear, left shoulder head. Inhale, lift, come to the right, look over to the left. Inhale, lift, go the other way. Dance it down. Inhale, lift, arise and drop, twist and turn. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist, drop, and descend. Inhale all the way up, let the heart present itself forward. Exhale, drop it all the way down. Hands come in front, make a little basket. Lift your toes up. Beautiful. Maybe you bring your feet to 45 degrees. I'm not going to go there. I've got a microphone pack squishing my belly. But hopefully you can lift your legs up a little bit higher because you don't have a mic pack there. 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet all the way down. Bring the legs together. Embrace the core as you hug the navel in. Hands lift to reach back. Elbows towards heels. Slide it back. Child's pose. Beautiful. 3 deep breaths as you let the hips drop down. You stretch out the back, relax the neck here. If you want to dance, come up on the fingertips and just shake out the shoulders. Get a little bit of movement in one direction and then go the other way. Come back to center and sink. Inhale to flow it forward, and we'll come up and meet in a downward facing dog. So you want the length of your high plank pose, and from there slide the hips back, take the feet nice and wide, little touch of the toes in, shake the mozzie off your feet again. Little guy, go away. I'm trying to practice non-violence. Himsa, one of our nayamas. Alright, beautiful. Press the earth away. And then from here, left leg is going to lift. Left leg comes up nice and high. Exhale, knee to the nose, step it forward, set up for warrior 1. 45 degrees, keep the span of the hips between the legs as you inhale, lift all the way up. Beautiful work. And then we'll dance with breath again. So from here, bring the hands to 45 degrees. And then you're going to imagine you're taking off a shirt. So engage the glutes, bring the tailbone slightly down. Imagine you're taking off your shirt and then throw it behind you. As you inhale, sweep forward now. Turn the spine into an arrow. Lift up nice and tall. Beautiful. And then take off your shirt. Inhale, sweep it forward. Reach, reach, reach. Hips come back. Let the strength of your hips and your legs lift you all the way up. Take off that shirt, throw it behind you, open up. Bring yourself into pyramid pose. So not hyperextending the front knee, but we're going to straighten the front leg. Come all the way down, reach your fingertips to the floor, and lengthening out the spine by looking to the front of the mat, but not over cranking into that neck. The neck won't actually make you go down further. Begin to pull your left hip back and fold. Find the heel strike. Try not to dump into the arch of the foot. Keep the intelligence of 10 toes connected to the earth. Maybe lift up your left toes. At the same time, draw the femur up into the hip socket. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot down, walk your hands over towards the right, swivel around. You'll need to step your heels so they're in a line to come into Pasarita Padottanasana. Left hand to the center, right hand lifts all the way up. A little dance. Exhale, thread it through, grab a hold of left wrist and spin your body underneath. Inhale to rise, reach tall, lift up. Exhale to drop, reach and lengthen. Inhale to rise, reach up, grow tall. Exhale to drop and turn and lengthen. One more time. Inhale up, reach. Exhale, spin it underneath, turn and twist, grab a hold. Maybe you want to let your left hand come all the way up, rest on the back. Maybe you're keeping left hand on the floor. I'm going to do that today to keep a little bit of extra support for the body, so you're not dumping into the arches. 3, 2, 1. Bring the hand all the way to center. We're going to swivel to the back of the mat. Yes, I know you're turning sideways. Swivel, swivel, swivel. So the right foot's in front. Set the back foot to 45 degrees. Warrior 1. Bend into the right elbow. Right. Inhale. Come all the way up. Hands high to the sky. Beautiful. We come to the 45 degrees. We engage the glutes. Warrior 1 pose. And then we begin to dance. We're going to begin to take off that shirt. Inhale, and then spread your arms like you're embracing the day. As you exhale, engage the core. Keep the weight centered in the heels and feel all 4 corners of the feet as you stretch into a long, extended shape through the top of the body. As you inhale, rise, and then take off your shirt as you expand the heart open and reach. Sweep down, lengthen forward, reach the right hip back, preparing it for our pyramid pose. Lift all the way up, open the hands out wide, expand your heart to the day. Beautiful. Can't remember if we did 3 or 4, so we're going to do an extra one. Reach forward, this side's going to be super bendy, and then lift all the way up. Beautiful. Let the hands come down, straighten out that right leg. And then maybe you're just here today trying to pull the right hip back, like you're going to lift it up. Feel that little engagement of Mula Bandha, so the core is active. Maybe you're going to lift your right toes and get that deeper stretch on the hamstring. And then we just breathe, look forward so you can create that lengthening in your spine. Find the heel strike, get the leg bones stacked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up your left heel, step it back to a wide-legged downward facing dog. You're facing the back of your mat. Yes, you are backwards, and that's okay. Take a little wag out through your tail as you loosen up, and then find 4 points of firm contact to the earth. The feet are nice and wide. Maybe step them in a little bit. We're going to take a twist this way. So with a shorter stance, it's much easier. Screw your left fingers into the floor like you're trying to spiral them to the corner of your mat out to the side. Inhale the right hand up, thread it all the way through. Grab a hold of the left heel, bend into the left elbow, look under left shoulder. Find the strength in your right hand. Take your side body long and turn yourself into that big inverted V with a variation of the twist. Heels reach down. 3, 2, 1. Right hand's going to go all the way back to the front. Spread the fingers, screw it in. Left hand lifts up. As you exhale, thread it underneath. Grab a hold of the ankle. Find a rotation through the chest as you peer up underneath your left arm. Press the floor away. Beautiful. And get that deeper twist. Empty the belly so you can go around a little bit more. Right, I've let go of non-violence towards mosquitoes now. Naughty vegan. And then the hand comes all the way back to center. Alright, from here, we're going to flow through a vinyasa. So you might need to lengthen your stance. Find your regular downward facing dog to set you up in the right positioning for plank. Roll yourself forward, roll, roll, roll. And find a high plank pose. Navel in. 3, 2, 1. Knees hug the floor. Maybe no knees down or knees down. Lower, 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 all the way to meet the earth. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Let the chin stay free. Lift with the core and not through the neck. You'll feel that tensing up around the top of the chest if you're overusing the neck. Come all the way, because I tend to do it. Inhale, lift, hips back to kiss the heels. Child's pose. Don't worry, we're going to circle this one around. We're going to end up at the front of the mat. Trust me here. Inhale, come back onto all fours, tuck your toes, hips up and back. Sometimes these spiraling classes can be a little bit more complicated, but hopefully with the device it's less of an issue than it is in the studio when you end up facing the back wall. All right, lengthen those hips back, press them up high, connect fingertips into the floor. Now we're going to lift left leg up because I want to come over to the other side. So even though we lifted left leg before, we're going to lift it up again. Take the knee to the nose, step it forward near left thumb, and then drop right heel to you're setting up for warrior 2. As you inhale, rise all the way up. Beautiful work. Now you should be facing the opposite way. So before we face the front, now we're facing the back to the side. Let the hands open up. We dance with breath. So find the expansiveness across your hips, activate your glutes, let your shoulders soften onto the back. Flip the front palm, inhale to lift up, come into a revered warrior, and then return with the breath. We come into Pasarita Padottanasana. Just make sure that your left knee isn't coming over left ankle as you drop the forearm down, reach up and over, create a 45-degree angle with the trunk. Inhale, lift, dance your way back up, flip your front palm, reach tall. front knee is open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop and extend. One more time. Inhale, reach. Flip the palm, dance with breath, just like we did before in our low lunge, sorry. Inhale back. Exhale, maybe you can bring hand all the way to the floor, come into a full side angle pose. For 3, 2, 1. Then turn the hand down, just set up for Pasarita Padottanasana on the other side. Alright, from here we're going to do that little dance as we reach over to the back. So it's going to be right hand that lifts up, left hand comes to the center. I hope this is right. As you exhale, spin it all the way around, grab a hold of the heel and pull yourself under. Just make sure it's your second side. So before I was going towards the left, might be the other way. Right hand to the sky, exhale, reach it under, grab a hold of right heel. That's better. So it is right hand up, left hand to the sky. Sorry, right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. Exhale, spin it under. Right and left has never been my strongest point when I'm upside down. It's all that blood in the brain. Inhale all the way up, grow nice and tall. Exhale, thread it under, turn and twist. Grab a hold of the ankle, pull yourself towards your right leg. Pull the hips back. One more time. Inhale, lift it up, expand. Exhale, turn, reach, look under. Beautiful. And then we'll come back to center. Turn the right foot to the front of the mat, bend into the knee. Back foot should still be at 90 degrees. So you're ready to rise up and find your second side warrior. Take a little shuffle if your stance isn't quite correct, if you need to work on your length. Beautiful. You want to get your shoulders set directly above your hips here. And then let the hands reach out, that expansion of energy. We begin to dance. With the front palm, left hand comes back, right hand reaches up and over. Keep the bend in your right knee. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bring it down, side angle pose. Inhale, lift up. Flip and reach back. Inhale, return. Reach hand down 45 degrees. Inhale, lift up. Float with the breath. Exhale that as we ride the mantra, that whispering sound. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Pasarita Padottanasana. You can go all the way down if there's available to you. 45 degrees. Keep rolling the left shoulder blade closer to the spine, hand to the floor or the block, or just keep the forearm resting on the thigh. 3, 2, 1. Spin the hands all the way down and step it back. Downward facing dog. Haha, we made it. Even if we do have a few little right and left mix-ups. And we're all the way back to where we started. Take a little pedal through the feet, let the knees drop down. We're going to come into rabbit pose here, so a deep forward fold. So we'll get the knees together. We're going to walk the hands in. We're trying to get the forehead to touch the knees. So maybe you want to tuck the toes, come all the way down, so the forehead and the knees are easy to bring together. We reach around, we grab a hold of the heels here, and we keep a bend. Empty all the breath out of your body as you roll up and try and keep the knees and the head touching. As you take this deep forward fold to stretch out every vertebra of your spine, like you're trying to do a somersault. Yeah, beautiful. Curl. Curl, curl, curl. Now the hips come all the way down. Bring the hands in front. Lift up nice and tall. Beautiful. Look to the front. Walk those fingertips out. And just let a few breaths soften you down. Take a little rest here. Nice extended child. We've twisted through the upper body. Now let's take a twist down low in the spine. Slide yourself all the way forward. Just going to move my mic pack out of the way. And come down to meet the earth. So you might want to do that. Do a little push-up. You might want to just come down like me. Feeling tired. It's Friday. All the energy already used up. Let your ear kiss the floor here. Just extend your left hand out, left ear is down, kick right heel towards the bottom, roll yourself up and over, let your toes touch down and find the earth as you expand across the hip points. Maybe right hand comes up, maybe right hand comes behind as we roll the shoulder onto the back. Feel that little twist and reset for the spine. If you want more, take the right leg out nice and straight. Oh, there we go. Cricky cracky sounds down low in the spine. Just let the breath flow in, come back to so and ha. So and ha. So and ha. Beautiful. And slowly come back all the way back to center. Right hand comes down and we'll swap it over. Take the right hand out, left hand in, right ear kisses the floor. Kick the left heel in, press yourself up and over onto your right hip. Beautiful. Open out the span of the hips. Let the left hand come up high. Let the hand and create an expansiveness across the front body. I can feel that more little friends have come to join me. And then extend your foot all the way out if you want a little bit more. For 3. And 2. And 2. And 1. Slowly bring it all the way back to center. Bring the hands down, gently press yourself up and away. Beautiful. And we'll come back into a little curled in position. Child's pose. And just to work a little bit more up the spine, bring the left hand in, swing it over towards the right. Let yourself roll down and pop your left ear back on the floor. Maybe right hand walks around to the front left hand corner of your mat and you can twist and turn a little deeper. If this is too difficult to do, take your knees nice and wide. It'll give you more space. See how your ear meets the floor? So you might do this in a wide-legged child pose variation if that creates more ease in your body and more joy in your practice. That's what we're here for. Walk all the way back to center. Slide the left hand to the knee, swing it out to the front. Right hand comes in, slide it across, roll, roll, roll through the rib cage until the ear and the shoulder kiss the floor. Left hand walks towards the front of the mat. Twist and turn and stretch. Slowly come all the way back to center. Let the hand come forward. Beautiful. And then let yourself rise up on the breath. Swing the legs all the way out in front. I've got the itchiest feet today. Apparently my feet are the tastiest part of my body. Walk the seat back. Lift yourself up nice and tall. Now if you're like me today, you're outside, you don't have any props. As we come into our Paschimottanasana, you might want to take this little variation. I find it's really supportive for the back. So if you get tension in your back or low back pain when you try and take a forward fold, this is my solution. I want you to scooch your booty back. Sometimes it's easier to bring the back behind you than to try and bring that fold and stretch into the psoas where we don't necessarily want to over tension. Grab a hold of your feet with your belly and your thighs, creating a firm connection. Let them hug and kiss. And then from here we're going to walk the feet out. Walk them out as we scooch the booty back. And I need to come back in. Sometimes ego wants to take over, but we need to keep the positioning of the thighs and the hips together. Keep that little connection point to support the back. You're still going to get a stretch as you breathe all the air out and surrender the weight forward for the hamstrings. It might not look as Instagram worthy, but it is going to be more supportive for your spine. And ultimately, the health of our spine is one of the most important things to be mindful of in our practice. If you hurt your back, you'll certainly be aware of it. And nobody needs to start their day with a sore spot in their back body. See if you can soften in, and if you can't smile and if you can't breathe, you've gone too far. In which case, just lift the feet in a little bit further. Be a little bit more compassionate to yourself. It's not how far you get today that's going to be the defining element of your practice in the end. It'll be how many days you step onto your mat. So the only way that you can do this wrong is to do it in a way that doesn't practice ahimsa, which is non-violence. Non-violence to yourself. Be tremendously kind and compassionate. Know that with love, over time, your body will respond so much more than with an attitude of judgment. You are perfect just where you are. The concept of santosha, of contentment. When you inhale, we'll rise all the way up. Come nice and tall. Little twist for the spine. Bring the hands out and keep the legs in our dandasana, so in our staff pose. We're simply going to turn, keeping the expanse of the arms, and we're going to do this with the navel. So think of the ribs turning and the navel turning, and keep the hands reaching wide and apart. Beautiful. Just so we're getting the obliques. Come all the way back to center and go the other way. So nice and slow as we turn. Keep the shoulders soft here. Free up the neck and just embrace into that core. Feel that breath move and fill the space around your navel. Try not to over-tension the neck. Come all the way back to center. Bring the hands together. We're going to come back over to the right. Come over to the right, and this time draw the left hand back towards you as you twist and turn. Come all the way back to center and go the other way. Beautiful. Let the hand just slide. This time keep the hands together. Turn and twist. You see all that freedom that's coming into your spine as you just continue to create some work for the obliques. All the way over to the other side. Oh, come back to center. Let the hands drop down. We'll take a little back bend. Just taking a big forward fold. Then we've worked into the core. Now we'll bring the elbows down and we'll come into fish pose. So the easiest variation of this is just like you're at the beach and you're looking at your toes. Bring your elbows in enough that you can lift the heart space up. Roll the shoulders onto the back. And maybe that's for you today. As long as you're not straining the neck or working too hard, you can just look at your toes and check out your pedicure here. If you want the deeper variation, come all the way down to the floor. Just bring your feet in so you can lift your booty up. Bring your hands underneath. Snuggle those elbows in close. Alright, from here, legs come out nice and wide, hugging the elbows into the floor. Feel a big inhale, fill up your heart. As you do so, arch into your back and come to balance on the crown of your head. Beautiful. This is a really lovely heart opener. So you'll feel that energy flow into the space around the chambers of the heart, and see if you can expand with each inhale. That sense of room to breathe in that powerful and yet vulnerable organ. Lifting up. And the heart is such an iconic thing. It's such a powerful emotional and physical muscle. Slowly come all the way down. Let your hands free out. Now you've awakened up your heart space. You're ready to come into Shavasana. Let the feet come wide, let the hands open out. Shuffle the shoulder blades to make a pillow for the heart to rest now. Let your eyes close. Come back to the rhythmic flow of breath, the so and the ha, the so and the ha. To listen to that flow in and out. In, melt the muscles of the back and out. One more time. In and out. Let everything just fall away. And in these moments we surrender over the breath and the body. Beautiful. Stay here in this place of peace for as long as we need. If you're outside like me, maybe you can hear the stirrings of nature around you, or feel the radiance of the sun on your skin, the crispness of the fresh morning air. If you're inside, feel the sense of protection, four walls around you, keeping you safe. And feel the love reflected within those four walls. If you're outside, feel the love of the world. And enjoy this place of peace as you rest in your Shavasana. I'll leave you here, yogis. I'll see you soon for one of our practices. Until later, namaste.